they tag you as a prostitute. You get called names. Even when you are a decent woman, you are tagged as not an indecent person. So because of that fear, a lot of women actually shy away from joining politics.
You're welcome to Voicetv Nigeria. We'll always be telling you to click on the subscription button, smash the like buttons for other notifications of our programs. Today we'll be discussing a serious issue that concerns us as election is getting close. Women in politics have always had a declined turnout, and we feel it is the best time to get one of their own who has experienced different administrations, partook in a lot of support groups, and profile solutions to increase the turnout come 2023. Who are we bringing today on board? One person who has held different administrative positions in different forms and different groups. She was and still is the national women leader of No Alternative to Buhari and Osibanjo 2019. She is the Deputy Financial Secretary of the Forum for Buhari Support Group, and she is the Acting Director Admin of Tinubu Support Group. We only have Hajia Safar Adamu with us. It's a pleasure to have you, Mom.
Pleasure.
We've been discussing low turnout of women. You have experienced different administration, different elections, and you've seen participation, particularly from the women community. What do you think is the reason for the low turnout throughout all of our electioneering periods from women?
Well, let me talk about the grassroots level. Now, basically, if you look at the electoral system in the grassroots level, most of the time you find out that the women, particularly women and youths, make up the voter electorate. Now, they have not been favored. They are usually ignored until when it is time for election before they are sought for their votes. Now, they have reached a point where they feel they can no longer tag along that line, and they want recognition and they want empowerment at the same time. So now women are talking about empower us, empower the women, and not wait until when it's election time you come and spend a little, chip in a little for them just because you want their votes.
Mom, is there a difference in the politics for women as against that of their contemporary? Because we are asking this question because is there a different game entirely in the same political space for women?
Well, the difference is a streamline difference. Now, if you look at how women are treated politically, if a woman comes out to look for position, most of the time they streamline you to go for national woman leadership positions, even at the grassroots level, at the ward level. Now, if women want to partake in elections to become the National Organizing Secretary, National Financial Secretary, and the rest of them, they are not encouraged. And politically, when you come out as a woman and say you want to be a member of the State House of Assembly or the Federal Assembly, or you want to become a senator, you want to be a governor, there's no encouragement. They feel women are inferior and cannot bring enough to the table. And if you look at it the other way around, most of the time, most women are active. They're active and they're ready to be engaged. They have a lot to bring to the table. Given the opportunity, they will perform better than the men.
Now, your assessment, honest assessment, what do you think are the barriers women face politically that put them in inferior positions in Nigerian politics?
Well, it has to do with us, the women, basically. Because if you look at the scenario, a woman that has gotten there does not want to raise her hand out to lift another woman up. She feels threatened by the fact that if I lift her up, she might outshine me. And then we have these issues of lack of unity among ourselves. At the end of the day, you find out that most women are working against each other. There's this thing that I used to call the bring her down syndrome. Why must it be her? Why must it be she? Why couldn't I be the one? You know, there's this baseless envy, jealousy, and hatred. When that sets down, then you find out that even among ourselves, we're not united to move forward. We're not even carrying our fellow women along. Take for example, Sarah Jibrin. She came out to contest for presidency. I think there is one election that she only got 2 votes. With all the women we have in Nigeria, we outnumber the men. Basically, all over the world, women outnumber the men. But you find out that women are not encouraging each other. So even when you come out to contest for a position, it's a woman that will go behind you to condemn you to the men, so that they will now put that barrier for you. You can't exceed that barrier of getting that target or whatever goal you aim to achieve.
Mom, creating networks and mobilizing people towards the position of authority is actually what helps you become a good politician. How far do you think your assessment women have taken these 2 advantages? Have they really used these 2 tools for themselves and for their aspirations enough?
Well, it's just like what I just said. You know, we need to unite ourselves. I think so far there's a little improvement, especially with the way that our principal, President Muhammad Buhari, has included a lot of women in his cabinet, 7 I think in his cabinet, and some women are getting other political positions as well. So there's a little improvement. We could do better if we are united.
Well, is the gap in gender gap, is it closing now? Like you said, there's a little improvement. Do you think compared to before, is it closing or still wider the way it used to be?
It's still wide. In all honesty, it's still wide.
And what affects women politically in using gender differences or structural differences as a religion or culture and many more? What do you think is the problem? Is it the religion? Is it the culture that brings about a typical example like the northern women in Nigeria, the southeast women in the south? Do you think these 2 things affect our women going to politics?
It does. Religion does. Tradition and culture does. Now, as a woman, if you come out to participate in politics, even if you're not for a position politically, just to be active in politics, they tag you as a prostitute. You get called names. Even when you are a decent woman, you are tagged as not an indecent person. So because of that fear, a lot of women actually shy away from joining politics.
Wow. Do women groups have mentorship programs in their system?
Well, I wouldn't know about a lot of women groups, whether there's this mentorship, whether it works. I know there's this claim of mentorship, but I don't know if it truly works along the line. But in my own experience, I try to mentor the women to come out for politics, participate in politics, seek positions politically.
Mom, lastly, the office you're holding right now, there are these speculations in the space that some power blocks within the APC are doing the best to sabotage the emergence to presidency of your principal. Do you have a reaction to that, and what will be the advice?
Advising them is like, talking to someone who is not ready to listen to you. Because if they were ready to listen to us, the APC women, the youths, we've been speaking on these issues. Now, working towards sabotaging the aim of our principal is like hitting a roadblock. Because if they look to their right, left, front and back, even top and bottom, they still see our principal's face. And he is the national leader of this party. He was, symbolic, instrumental to forming the APC. So how they intend to sabotage him still beats me.
Lastly, as a bonus, since the moment he declared, he has stirred the whole political parties in this nation. Why is Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu the man to contest with?
Well, going by his antecedents, his ideals, his legacies. Take for example when he was the governor of Lagos State. I believe Olusegun Obasanjo was the president then, and there was this issue of him holding allocation for Lagos State. Now this governor single-handedly raised the internal general revenue of Lagos State from 600 million to 25 billion. Now, a man that has groomed Lagos with the manifest that he had, which was to work for Lagos for 25 years running, and it's still running. That's the same manifest they're still working on in Lagos. And with all the things they have achieved in Lagos State so far, if he can do that for Lagos State, then imagine what he would do for Nigeria as a whole.
Your last word, Ma, going towards the 2023 election for the women and the youth from you.
Well, for the women, my first and foremost advice is try to unite yourselves. Drop this issue of bring her down syndrome. Work as a team. Same advice goes for the youths. If they are united, there's a lot that will be achieved. So that unity should come first before anything else. People talk about restructuring in Nigeria. I don't look at restructuring. What I look at is the reorientation of the mindset of the people. Because when you look at a vision and focus of people, it's difficult to tell them otherwise, because their mind is already made up on what they feel and what they believe and what they think. So there needs to be a reorientation of the mindset of the people for us to be able to unite the women among themselves and even the youths together with the women, because they hold the majority vote in Nigeria.
Tell us your position to the Tinubu support group and as a chieftain of the APC.
Well, I came into Tinubu support group TSG in April last year, and I was introduced to Honorable James Abiodun Faleke, where the person that took me to him, who is one of the special advisors to the Honorable Speaker, House of Reps, told him that he would like me to coordinate the Northwest for TSG, and I came in to coordinate the Northwest. Along the line, the Director General appointed me as the Acting Director of Admin in TSG.
Mom, it's been a wonderful time talking with you, and thank you very much, Mom.
Thank you too.